will lead the success story of Africa. All around the globe, each and every continent you go to, you will discover that there is a state or a country that led the success story of such a continent. The United States of America led the success story of North America. The Chinese led the success story of Asia. The list goes on and on. When it comes to Africa, which is the continent that is underdeveloped today, the question remains, who will lead the success story of Africa? This right here is not even supposed to be a question. If only Nigeria was able to lead the success story of Africa as it was designed to. Nigeria, also known as the giant of Africa, have every single thing that is needed to be the success story of Africa. You talk of number, Nigeria has almost 400 million people. And I know many of you will say that is, Nigeria doesn't have that kind of number. The one that you know is wrong is the one that I'm telling you that is right. If the correct census has been done, Nigeria will unequivocally tell you that the number of her people is 400 and even more million people. Nigeria has every single mineral resource, natural resource that you can ever think of. I know many of us know only about the oil that Nigeria has. Nigeria has more than oil. Nigeria, by design, was supposed to be the success story of Africa. And that success was now supposed to be duplicated in every other state on the continent. In 1914, when their colonial masters by Lord Lugard amalgamated Nigeria, people from different cultures coming together to form a nation. To some people, this is actually one of the reasons why Nigeria failed to become a success story of Africa. But to me, that is not even one of the reasons at all. In fact, that's supposed to be one of the reasons why they succeed and become the success story of Africa. Because from the northern part of Nigeria to the southern part of Nigeria, the eastern to the western part of Nigeria, they're gifted in different areas that you cannot even begin to imagine. People know of the natural resources that Nigeria have, but do you want to know the real resource that Nigeria have is the human resources. These people are gifted from the north to the south, east to the west. But what happened that with all of their natural resources, with all of their human resources, with all of greatness that they have, they couldn't lead the success story of Africa. If one is being so frank, we can unequivocally say it. They do not just only fail to become the success story of Africa. They became the shameful story of Africa. The reason why, instead of becoming the success story of Africa, they became a shameful story of Africa. So in October 1st, 1960, Nigeria gained her independence from the British. Strong people, brave people, they fought and they gained their independence from the British. But there were just indelible marks that the British or their colonial masters left that they couldn't gain their independence from. They couldn't gain their independence from the organized religion. They couldn't gain their independence from the ethnicity and the tribal division that was planted among them. So when the people who fought for the independence gained the independence, they were not actually fighting for the nation, but they were fighting for their small ethnic groups and also their religions that they have been given by these people. So because of that, these leaders instead of building a nation, they were obsessed with religion and ethnicity, tribalism, and all of these things. And Nigeria was on its way to becoming a shameful story of Africa. They ceased to elect people that will fight for the nation or develop their nation. They were electing people based on their tribe, ethnicity, and their religion. As this continues, they were beginning to see a number of visionless people who couldn't even help themselves, becoming their leaders. They created a Nigeria that was so much unbearable for her citizens that the human resources that Nigeria have begin to run away from the country. In fact, as of 2025, as I'm making this video, in Nigeria, traveling abroad is not just about leaving your country. It's about escaping the harsh reality of your country. So it continued to happen, and the religious division deepened. The ethnicity confusion became unexplainable, and leaders with no vision were now leading. There's so many people. They ran away. The young people who thought that they had something to offer, but the environment is too harsh for them. They begin to run away to other countries. Before there was anything like China made, Nigeria already had what is known as Aba made. Aba is a region in Nigeria that those young people were doing exactly what the Chinese did when they started coming into the market. The same thing that the Chinese do. The same thing that the Chinese did. They did the same thing, right? They will go to your store, buy whatever you are selling. If I sell a watch like that, they will buy it and produce a counterfeit of it and sell you at a cheaper price. But there was no structure, nobody to encourage these young people. So just like every other talented young person in Nigeria, they begin to find their way out of Nigeria. And given their number, they were now all over the world. And the determined spirit to succeed, the enthusiasm to fight and succeed in everywhere they found themselves became a threat wherever they found themselves. And then now they were giving names. Nigerians became a cancer or a parasite to many nations just because their own country failed to lead the success story of Africa. The question still remains. We are in 2025, as of now that I'm making this video. Which state in Africa is going to lead the success story of Africa? For far too long, the world has been looking at us with the eyes of pity instead of the eyes of envy. How can we have everything but still not own anything? How can a continent this rich give birth to so many poor people? I know of countries that gained their independence the same day. I know of countries in Asia that gained their independence the same day that countries in Africa gained their independence. For example, South Korea and Kenya, they gained their independence on the same day. But where is Kenya today? Where is South Korea today? We just need that one country that will stand up and lead the success story of Africa. It is high time. And I promise you, if we are being realistic to ourselves, we can put an end to the shame. We are in the jungle, and the law of the jungle is simple. It's either you eat or you'll be eaten. And as long as we are playing vulnerability, we are playing victim, where we still looking up for aid from small countries like Canada. Japan also used to get aid from the Western world. But today what is happening? Japan is giving aid also. For an African and you are listening to me today, I just want you to click on this video and share to much as many as you can. And let me know the country that you think will lead the success story of Africa. I remain your brother in the struggle, King Fazan Ajo. Bless you.